It's me again. They're still driving by. Last night, I was going over the laws. Oh, surveillance. It has to be police and hire in a significant investigation without a conflict of interest. Okay? To set up tiny cameras. They can't set up in bedrooms, bathrooms, and no nudes, and they don't share. What's wrong with this? Judge Pete, his daughter Michelle, Dave was dating her mother, bragged Memorial Day weekend 2019, food counter Walmart 62, that they did all this for her daughter that he met in a store in Ravenna. Old white woman, African American man. Okay? He was dating Lauren too, and a heavyset blonde girl with big boobs, and a pretty girl from the courthouse too. Okay. The second set of mean parents are in Marks on Cleveland Avenue. Let's see, March to April of 2019. Honey, I don't want her to hurt over this. It's like, bitch, it hurts. Okay. I don't even know. I repeat myself every day. Every freaking day. Okay. Every day I repeat myself. It's like they're slow. Purposely slow. It's like they don't have a brain cell between their ears. They are not allowed to go in and set up cameras and watch somebody in their home. We have a right to privacy. Okay? If you, time I called Will, and it took 2 days for him to call me back, and then it took me 4 days to get enough courage to call him back. It was September 27th of 18 when I talked to him. There better not be a tape before that, or they're in trouble and they go to jail and they have to compensate me as a law state. Do you know I looked up informants? They're supposed to pay me for this. I never got paid. Not a damn time. Not a damn time. Last Thanksgiving, when I turned them in, the last of October, Thanksgiving, some guy and lady was in Giant Eagle, and they said she's finally going to tell somebody everything. I don't blame her at this point. I tried to tell on them in July to September 19, and they raped and tortured me. We're coming up on the gunshot night, 3rd anniversary. Dave's still not in jail. And for the crimes he committed. And there's no damn excuse. Since when can a man beat his wife in front of the police and the police not arrest him? Since when can a man sexually assault his wife in front of the police and they not arrest him? Since when can a man state that he had people threaten me and worse, and they show up at Walmart 62 and not go to jail? That they paid people to know where I was, and he knew it. Exactly. Judge Pete protects him in that courthouse, and it's illegal to protect him. They had no right in my home. It's a conflict of interest. The law states that it has to be police and hire in a significant investigation to put cameras in your home. It has to be like drugs or murder. And it can't have a conflict of interest. No bathrooms, no bedrooms, no nudes, and they don't share. What's wrong with this? Everything. It's them. It's freaking them. They had no right in my home. Matter of fact, the one local officer from Louisville came and said a government official was worried about me and come check on me. I told him, I said, don't be mean to me. He said, there's never no reason to ever be mean to you. Never. I said, I'll play you some of the tapes from the investigation. He told me, and I told him how they said they set up illegal surveillance in my home. He's like, they had no right. I said, they said they put two clips together. He made a porn. He's like, I don't care. He said they had no right and we can't look at it. He said it's illegal for them to do that. He said nothing before the FBI. Nothing. I didn't have cameras in my home. I had 3 security cameras, one to the side yard, one to the front porch, and one to the back porch, and they were outside. I had 2 motion detectors. I didn't have cameras in my home. They had no right going in my house because Dave dated a fucky judge daughter. Somebody was down here like a month ago, and they're like, trust me, there's a lot more going on here than fucky judge daughter. Memorial Day weekend 2019, food counter in Walmart. They still have the tape. Michelle's mother shows up, Judge Pete's daughter. I thought it was an agent's daughter there for a long time. It's for my daughter. Husband dates. He met her in Ravenna when she was having a stomach spell. It's for my daughter. They did all this for, and our family down here watching her doing this. And for who's Karen's rich boyfriend, but the state of Ohio, who protects her. Mocking me from the food counter to the registers. You could hear her yell it out. You know how busy it was. I was down at Fine Arts and Lasers, Dr. Hartman's office in the last few weeks, and somebody was outside my room. We found that idiot woman bragging they did all this for her daughter. Okay. It was like December 9th. I was in Hunger Task Force. There was a bald guy that had watched me in the beginning of the case. He comes out and he said, it makes my stomach turn to see her in a place like this. Okay. He said, we always knew that it was them doing it before, not her. That's why we never said anything. My body started to shake. My thoughts. I could feel my voice shake with inside me. I'm stuttering. I have lived through hell, and they knew, and they left me in it. I take my new client to his new apartment, look at it, stay an extra hour. I come out, and the maintenance man has talked about tapes before, even talking to that weird Steve or Eric, and saying bad stuff about me and then being nice to my face. And I just ignore. Just ignore. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, he's on the phone with someone. The tapes before with them, not her. Wow, I seen him. What's going on? It's a group of men doing as many crimes as they can. See if someone will actually stop them. Sorry. Yesterday, some vehicles from the Army base from Ravenna were down here. The ones that sit on the front of the Army base. My whole body started to shake. Literally started to shake. I was vibrating in my car. That maintenance man and another man walked up. He said she's scared of him. I found out what's going on. He's like, I know she's scared. He said, I testified. Somebody called me and told me those tapes before were them, not her. And that it's men doing crimes down here. He said they already talked to that bald guy from the Hunger Task Force. He knew it too. Now, my car is bugged, and there is a real state and federal investigation that started September 27th of 18. Okay? When I call Woback from the FBI in Canton. Okay? They're driving by. They weren't allowed in my home. The law states It comes down to law states. It has to be police and hire and a significant investigation without a conflict of interest. No bedrooms, no bathroom, no nudes, and they don't share. What's wrong? They did everything. And then they sold the login to Roku to make money. They talk about it in Walmart that they were selling the login for $25 a pop. They set them up in the bedrooms, bathrooms, nudes. They even have a real rape and torture on me when I tried to get the Asian lady out that said her husband died on the gunshot night. Now my husband, my ex-husband, he, during the case, just to clarify, everybody was fine. He defends me on tape. You're good to the kids, you're good to the grandkids. No matter who it is. It'd be pretty rotten if she said anything about you, Karen, from the police and hire. June 23rd of this year. I'm in Walmart 62 by the paint aisle. There's then and right before and after I'm buying paint. Okay. Two investigators have been following me around for years. What are these people talking about? We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She never hurt anybody. Go back by the paint aisle. Women, they tape an audio through the whole store. Whole store. Whole store. Oh my goodness, the boys had a drug her to make her say that stuff. No one mentions those tapes. No, I've never talked to an officer, an agent, a Steve, Eric, Kurt, Chris, Mark, blah, 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 blah. No man, no lady, no attorney. Never did I talk to anybody about anything dirty. I only told Will I was scared, his secretary I seen the guy, and Dave had a list. That's it. I had bruises before the FBI, and I thought it was from moving wood. And then they were lying to people. They had sodium pentothal reports. True serum. It's not true serum. It's spy flick movie stuff. That's lethal and outlaw. They say yes to everything. And the FDA won't even allow it to be used in humans and not to be brought in the United States. It's that lethal. They use it to put animals down in humans. And the side effect is false confession, sodium pentothal. You know what? Questioner gets what it wants, right or wrong. You say yes to everything. Falsely confessed on the board. They don't drug anybody because the fifth cover. No course confession is admissible. These people are utterly ridiculous, and they run around threatening me with their crimes. Now, one officer witnesses every day and listens to me. Okay? So, March 2nd or 3rd, I make a note. And my phone. They're outside. You can hear it. The officer heard them. They're going to put two clips together and make a porn. Don't worry about her. It's them, not her. They took a shower scene of washing and put it in another room. So it's from just simply wiping water off with clothes on. I heard that it's really dirty, the porn of exposing yourself, being weird with yourself. I'm not weird with myself. And it's like, my God, they did what? That is about as bad as, it's sick, they gave her the amnesia drug, and they told her to say K6 stuff. Oh, they told you to say the mean game but pretend. They told you to say you're a murderer. They told you to say you're insane. I'm like, shut up. I had black and blue marks. If you go to Walmart Optical Center before April of 19, a 50-year-old white man with black hair, baseball hat will sit next to me. It's me and my men that question you at night. That's why you have bruises. I looked at him like he's insane and walked off. He showed up in May of 19 and Lowe's phone act like he raped me. Since when can someone break in your home while you're asleep, stab you with a needle, tell you to say something stupid, and then rape you? He better not break his hands. That's how crazy all this is. And they want money out of this. Melissa's kids were caught lying by real police and hire. Thanksgiving of 18 when they're making everything up. Okay? A real investigation. Somebody accuses you of something, they'll come out and ask you. Nobody did. Nothing. I have to at least find out if there's a probable cause. I can't just go set up tiny cameras because your husband dates a fucky judge daughter. Matter of fact, like the officer said, they'd have to excuse herself from everything. They would have had to call the FBI. I have one traffic ticket from 89. 89. 89. Pay my ticket. That's it. Little note or ACCW. Squeaky clean. Squeaky clean. Okay? They would make fun of me in Walmart. We'll give Karen no wrongdoing in life because she wouldn't abuse it. And one traffic ticket. Do you know, I found out I'm supposed to get paid for this? They actually pay their informants. I never got paid nothing. Matter of fact, they let them drug me. They let them neurochip me. 1221 in the neck. There's a video of it. I have a dent in the back of my skull. Took 2 years for my hair to grow back. Right between the eyes. Literally, right between the eyes. I had migraines for 8 months. They show up at Walmart. We implanted a neurochip. We can all read your thoughts. I thought they were lying. They told Dr. Alan Atinas, March 13th of 21, someday master neurochipped her. Because I'm getting these migraines from the chip. And he said he already knew. They came in, and now when they talk about the agency, they say Karen's will. Okay? Named after the agent. They come in and said, we're here for Karen's will, the agency chipped her. Okay? And they went, is that why she's here? Okay? A old bitch walks up. The agency wanted the truth at him. Okay. It's outlawed. U.S. Supreme Court 18-10134 comes with a 20-year sentence. They did, they tried it and want to go ban. It cost them 20 years of their lives. We have the right to remain silent. Legal representation. If you can't afford one will be appointed to you. Okay? They put them in jail and let those people go. Think of that. And they were in Quantico Bay. Okay? Where do I keep going? I tell Dr. Alan Atinas, I have swelling pool in the base of my skull. I may have a chip. Hey, let's say I got a neurochip, you know what I mean? He goes, believe there's a man there in front of people, tape and audio. Paul Altman's tapes. They have to keep them. Some hospital. Insurance reasons. Some damn bastard neurochipped her. We already know. Hospital said you can be saved at this point if they take the chip out. I called and talked to him later. Let's see. There's, oh, and on March 13th, there's people that have been following me around inside the waiting room. Their phones start going off. You'll give me how much for a settlement? Okay. You'll give me how much for a settlement? Okay. They're in there paying them off in front of everybody. All right. So, yeah. And they run around like they're going to get money out of this. Last night I walked outside. Some guy says to some lady, you better be giving that money back. Oh, we will. They better not get money out of this. Since when can they break in your home, set up tiny cameras in your bathroom, your bedroom, Photoshop you, stab you with needles, and they think they're going to get money out of it? Because your ex dates a fucking judge daughter that can't keep her legs closed. I'm sorry for being crude, but you know what I mean. And then a bunch of guys' daughters in the courthouse. Like the one officer said, they had no right in your home and they would have had to excuse herself. And don't worry about one thing for the FBI. I said, but they said they did this. I don't care. They had no right. And it's not admissible. Massillon Police, I had my client in stat care. In Massillon, he come in, he said that we found out a Steve and Eric stalking her. He said, we have to figure out who they are yet. He said, it finally came funny after everything they did to her. Nothing's admissible. It's not. Now we're coming up on the 3rd anniversary of the gunshot night. Police and hire tapes. And Dave got caught on police and hire tapes outside. That they went to the wrong house. We know she's nothing but target practice. She's up to something. We seen her through a monitor. Now, that unique statement, they were in somebody's home. Okay? And how they killed people. Alright? And they said, none of this is funny, they're dead. And these rat bastards, for photoshopping, for drugging me and stabbing me with needles, and I may have a septal infract in my heart, document I didn't have before. They damaged my heart, and they want money. And when I tried to help that Asian lady, it said her husband was one of the victims. They raped and tortured me between July and September 19. A real rape and torture, and put it on the internet. It is a group of men doing as many crimes as they can, and see if somebody will actually stop them. Do you know, in Mentors, they made fun of the FBI in the local area? Too many crazy people are coming at her, and it was too much for the FBI, and they had to leave. Do you know what they're actually considered FBI? Pay raises and promotion and extortion group. Oh, they'll tell you what they did to me. Oh, we taped her unaware in her home. We drugged her and told her to say stupid stuff. We get money, right? We used an illegal drug that can't be brought in the United States, and we damaged her heart. We get money, right? It's funny, she hadn't met us yet. It's real funny, isn't it? June of 19, because I had almost been murdered in stock. There is the North Canton or Jackson police sitting in front of Liberty Health Share. Okay? Working security. And they're witnessing everything. Okay? There's a man in a suit. You made up an investigation to watch her before? Really? You did what to her? That's funny. She really likes him. Mock him. You cannot make up an investigation, a real investigation. They would have came out, asked me a few questions. Karen, what about this? I said, I don't know what to take care of my kids. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay? Exactly. And they did announce before, like at June 23rd, inside Investigators, they did interview my whole family. In 18, I never hurt anybody. I can start at the top and work my way down. It's like they're slow. There ain't a brain cell between their head. I tell them all the time, they're slow. I'm sorry, I'm sitting in my car. Been in here for a while. I am tired of the onslaught every day. Every freaking day they follow me. They yell stuff outside my apartment. They yell crazy crap. It's a hate crime on levels. They even take their two clips together and put them in a porn. They send them to people. Do you know there's revenge porn laws? It is a group of men doing as many crimes as they can to see if someone will stop them. Boy, that'd be really rich. They stood in front of a Stark County judge. When'd you talk to her? Oh, we didn't. We stabbed her with needles. What were you doing in her home? Well, he was dating Judge Pete's daughter, so we were trying to frame her. So we put two clips together and made a porn. She hadn't seen it yet. See what I mean? We made setting up an investigation to watch her. Isn't that funny? They're going to claim mental insanity. Temper. See what I mean? Everything that's happening down here is ridiculous. The bad army cars that sit on the... I call them bad cars, and it sounds childish. It really does. They sit on the entrance of Ravenna Army Base. They follow me. They harass me. Now, if you go to FedEx within the last month, there'll be an army guy in there looking right at me. I was supposed to make it up to her today. Okay? They told me stay out of it. Tape and audio. FedEx in Belgium. Another guy comes in on the phone. What is today about? We already know what they did to her. Okay? He walks in the back on the phone. They'd have it. Okay? They talk about Cash Pawn America. I'd have to get the date. It's probably September or October this year. I'm in there, and they're mentioning the colonel. They mention a colonel and a captain around me a lot. Well, where do you get an illegal war weapon? That's what our government recognizes the NERCHIP as. Our U.S. government recognizes synthetic electronic telepathic war weapons as an illegal strategy for the truth, used by other governments. Mind-controlling chips to silence whistleblowers, used by perpetrators as a heinous crime. It's against all basic human rights and all human dignity, and put the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Okay? They tried it in Guanaco Bay in 2005, and our U.S. Supreme Court outlawed it, and our government did. 18-10134, 11th Circuit, 2005. Alright, if you don't believe me, come down. It's wide open. I got doctors. I got hospitals. Yeah. Louisville police drove by, and they were at another building. They look over me and went, she's got a government job. I'm like, shh. A Canton officer walked by. His phone didn't start reading off my information in a store. Now, if you want to watch them even, you play with the chip. I was working at CSE Bank on Market Avenue. Probably November of 19, I started. They'll be within the first month, there'll be guys at the front register, and two of them, two white men, and they look over, they got their cell phones, and this guy's an idiot, real loud, and I'm thinking he's an idiot. They look up over at me and said she thinks he's an idiot. Come on. And they start laughing. Within the first 2 weeks, I walked by the manager's office. A guy looks at me and said, the only thing I ever got out of you was you're a foreman. I'm like, who the hell are you? Okay? They blatantly broke in my house from the first month on and stabbed me with needles. It's drugs and kidnapping. And they want money out of their victim. Some guy had already yelled out in the dark. We already knew she was a victim of a cult that was drugging her and trying to murder her before. And now they got that dirty judge and a couple of their dirty officers and that idiot that went to payment for and called Wellback and a couple of his friends. I had a 25 grand hit on my life at one point. Yeah, and then with the legal war weapon, are they stealing more things out of that army base? Some guy even set off in the dark. I don't even put him past putting a bomb in her at this point. It's like to say, me would squeeze me. I was raped and tortured July to September 19. Okay? Trying to help the Asian lady. They put that online too. They sold the locket across the nation. Wyoming showed up. Washington, California, Texas, Florida, Indiana, Illinois, Tennessee, Michigan, New York, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Virginia, and Georgia. I had a 2-mile-long brigade at one point. And if you go to Faith Family Church on 77, the ushers would even have it. The one usher yelled at that idiot that raped me and to leave me alone because he threatened to arrest me at Faith Family Church. If he's not an agent, he could be a dirty undercover officer from Ravenna or even an army guy. I don't know who he is. He just kept saying he was an agent walking around me and I didn't talk to him. He broke in my home with a stalker. Stalkers between February and April 19, self-pay register, Walmart 62. And another man gets him out of my face and I take off running. He had harassed me before. And he was the one smothering me until I passed out while the other one's punching me in my private area. Because I was going to tell on him and they tortured me that night. That's how sick these people are and they want money. They want money. I'm not gonna cry. Not even a little bit. They had no right in my home. Aslan police even, yeah. And the prosecutor, we can't look at anything for the FBI. They had no right in your home. They can't write them a court order. It's a conflict of interest. Conflict of interest charges are 10 years or $1 million fine. It's thrown out. 5 judges tried to destroy 41 lives. And they went and they had them raped and everything else. And they went to jail 6 to 20 years. 139 judges refused to excuse themselves for friends and family. And they get the other ones. It's severe consequences for what's going on. If somebody wants a big case, it's down here. They'll tell you what they did. I got witnesses across the board. The one prosecutor said, Karen, your notes are as good as investigators for the courthouse. You give time stamps, places, phone numbers, and addresses, where to get the videos. They admitted it was an agent with a stalker raping me 8/18, 4:42 p.m. at Shine. They already told Shine they were in there because some acid raped me for a while, watching me. FedEx 827-305, 2 men by the register. The agent said he raped her because he was mad at her for not calling 911 on the gunshot night. They weren't mad at Dave. They weren't mad at Dave and getting caught on police and hire tapes. They weren't mad at the agents, the 2 African-American agents with dreadlocks. We stayed out at Walmart, self-pay register. We stayed out the gunshot night because Dave's girlfriend's prettier. And the guy running it didn't blame us, find out it's her father. Let's see. No, white guy with gray hair, mustache. You can still get Wood Forest, they'll have it for 5 years. Walmart still has their tapes. And how they stayed out of it. We have backup. My house is bugged. In Ravenna, my apartment's still bugged. Because the state case is still going on. And so, I don't know. Someone needs to come down and help me. That Asian lady claims she lost her husband. Now she's at October 5th, Macy's men's cologne counter. She leans in. I told these people to stop saying stuff to her. She's trying to get us help. To an older Asian couple. I tried in 19 and they raped and tortured me and warned me to stay quiet. None of this is funny. Not a damn bit. I don't even know where to begin. And these people think they're going to get money out of it. That's where it's like, are you insane? It's like the Looney Tunes of everything you can do wrong. They're right here. They're right here. Oh, but we did this to her. We got proof we did this to her. And we get money, right? She don't know us. Like the officer from Louisville that stopped by. They had no right in your home. They could never say anything to you ever. Ever. It's a conflict of interest. They had to excuse herself from everything. They would have had to went to the FBI. And I went to the FBI because Dave told me his girlfriend was rich and powerful and her family owned the police. Okay? No, well, please someone help me. You know, I tell them all the time. I start at my top of my oldest one to the bottom one. I go through the 3 and the 10. I never hurt anyone. Even my ex. Karen, you're good to the kids and you're good to the grandkids. I taped them during the investigation. Place and hire tapes. Yeah. The ass that thinks I die at his choosing. Be ridiculous. You're good to everyone. Since when in the United States can a man do all those crimes and he not go to jail for one thing? The officer from Louisville said, Stark County, you don't care who your husband dates. We would have arrested him for his crimes. He sold that house that I worked my ass off all summer. Sold my things to do it, made it another $80,000-$90,000. Getting remarried to an old heavyset woman. She's probably going to be next because they're still involved. And if someone doesn't stop it, it's going to create another victim. My granddaughter's on that list. They've tampered with my son and my daughter-in-law's vehicles. That's why the Maslin police will always tell you they watch it from Maslin. She's innocent of everything. I'm tired. I'm extremely tired. How many witnesses? 8, 9, first thing in the morning. Car picked them up. They talked to badges. People with badges in August. It's so funny she figured out it was Dave that drugged her first and told her to say it. It's so funny. 8/8/8/15 night. Did you know he fentanyl her and told her to say it before? No, we didn't know. May 25th. It's not funny that church people weren't funny breaking in before telling her to drugging her and telling her to say weirdo molester stuff. Wendy's crew. In front of my own client and a bunch of people in town. He told Jim and Brian about it and he was too dark for him. So I taped them with their permission. A little white lady at 1295 Fairland screamed at him for doing it. How many witnesses you want to need? Mercy Medical, the nurses in the emergency room. Boy, do we know they drugged her and told her to say it before. See what I mean? Plato's Closet. One of the girls involved. They gave her those amnesia drugs. She'll never remember. And then they want to mock me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I gotta go.